So Chris gonna meet with Pastor Cal for what? I don't know. I don't know why production wants anything to do with that train wreck anymore. He's making the experts look bad. So Chris shows up 45 minutes late because he was busy ruining some other woman's life. So he gonna say, well, we matched you because you looked good on paper, but his paper was full of lies. He said I just wasn't attracted to the face. I mean, it's harsh, but it's honest. We're not attracted to every face we see. I feel like Jennifer ain't attracted to boring Jacob's face. She's just not brave enough to say it. He could have been more polite and had tact, but you know, he's a piece of poop. So you can't expect him. He telling them, look, it shouldn't be that difficult. Y'all are the experts. I told you I was vain and obsessed with looks, and you should have picked up on my narcissistic tendencies because after all, you do study human psychology, what we do, how we do it, and why we do it. So you should have known I needed a pretty girl. I don't know why you think you were gonna get a model coming on Married at First Sight. The people are attractive, but they're normal looking attractive. Well, then you have Jennifer Aniston, who's homely. She's just, I was gonna say on the verge of homely, but no, she's crossed the plate. Jacob can rock his little Popeye nose. Okay, he said you wanted somebody that you could walk into the room with and work a room. That's not Paige, and y'all really should stop focusing on the physical and start focusing on, she's not a room worker. She's a sweet girl, but she's not a room worker. She's not gonna go in and be chatty. She's a Tish, not a Mel. He wanted a Mel. He gonna tell him you have to let attraction grow. Where is the honesty of, okay, you know what? There are people where it's just not a match and it's not going to work. Jennifer's trying to force herself to like boring Jacob, but she's just wasting 8 weeks of her life and his too. Everybody ain't for everybody. This is an experiment. And I think it's not the look so much as how she carries herself. I think if she carried herself differently, he might have been attracted. But I think just the slumped shoulders and the shy smile, that's not, He needs a woman more sure of herself. And that does go into the face. He's not intelligent enough to articulate, I'm not attracted to a shy smile. And that's who she is. She's not going to turn into Mel. Tish is trying and failing miserably. Now the therapist says he shouldn't have bought his ex a car, but the heifer was having a baby, and if she didn't have a car, she needed one. That is doing the best he can. He's got to step up and run 2 households. You're the one who signed us up for this shit. He was going to invite her with them to go buy the car for what? You know what? I'll tell you what he wanted. He wanted a pregnant threesome. That's what he wanted. He wanted them to help him christen the car together. That's the type of family situation he really wants. Sister wives. You know what? I could see him having Paige drive and deal with the drive-thru while he bumping bus with the baby mama in the back. The therapist says I'm trying to create some closure here. He's done. He is closed. The door is closed. He looked at her and said, nah. He said, okay, I'ma try. The sex was, we had it a couple times, made sure it was a no, and then he got on. He got on. He gonna say, does Chris owe her an apology? You, sir, you're the one that owes her an apology because you hooked her up with this panty waist. You matched a mark with a moron. He said, I ain't even doing an apology scene with you. The therapist is like, I can't believe we've got this kind of jerk on the show. I can't believe you're such a terrible therapist you can't recognize a fool. A simple fool. Why we gotta see Paige come home single? Let's get to the blonde and the butt. I don't want to watch Paige come home alone, pet the cat, throw in a microwave Trader Joe's dinner, and turn on a Living Single rerun. I mean, that can be a fun night, but not in this case. You gotta stop saying, my marriage didn't work out. They gave y'all 8 weeks. This was just some intense dating. If you stop thinking of it as, my marriage, you knew this fool for a week and he was an ass to you most of the time. The real issue is, why are you hooked on mistreatment? Oh, she packing up. She said, my match didn't move in and spend one night in this apartment. I don't even think I could have a good cry over somebody a week. A week? And he was acting funky the whole week. I could see being upset the next day, like, oh, if you don't shut up. I could see being upset. Okay, I done slept with a panty waste because he was a waste of a panty. But I just would look back on the orgasms and smile. That's all you can do. When he threw up the deuces, you should have gone back to work. Like, okay, let's see if I can get on another reality show. Sell your little houses, do your accounting, find a new wig, find a few. That's what you should do. But fretting over a week, oh, you act like you were on an emotional roller coaster. He said after you had sex, I'm good. And you didn't get on. You chose to stay. Oh, God, this wig she has on. See, I would look at you with that wig and know, it ain't gonna work either. Why does this wig have so much scalp? Gee, I don't know if you lying about your finances, because, ooh. Girl, he didn't think it was the safe bet. He just wasn't that into you. Why you're pining, I don't understand. I don't feel like home. I've gotta go. Okay, I don't know who was trying to be Fiona Apple, but take that back to karaoke where it belongs. Bye, Paige. Goodbye. Goodbye. We have drugged this out long enough. I'm leaving with so many unanswered questions. What more is there to know? What is there to care about at this juncture? There's so much to look forward to. You know, I hope you Airbnb'd your house and got some free rent out of it at least. You got a little coin. You got embarrassed, but you got a little coin. And maybe you'll find somebody who thinks you're cute and will take pity on you. I also would say, girl, you wanted to take a shortcut. You just wanted to snap and walk right into a marriage. This is why dating is sometimes necessary. Because you see, you would have seen, once you went on 2 dates with him and didn't give him the puss, he would have started acting a fool. And you could have moved on and avoided a train wreck. You need to date, girl. You got to find a little bit more of you. So now we got Vincent. So she trying to get him up early, and he's like, no, I really, really need the sleep. He said, well, you better get your sleep or you're going to be cranky. And now we have Brianna. Everything going good with them. It's kind of boring. Brianna says, I got a problem with his cheapness. Now, I make decent coin. You're going to get on my level eventually, and we going to have a future. But dang, we just got to sit in the house? Oh, so she has high blood pressure and doesn't know if a pregnancy would be healthy for her. So Jacob goes in and tells the therapist, you know, I'm interested, but I don't think she wants me to connect. Because she's not interested. He wants to know what made her pull back in Vegas, her disinterest and your small pecker. You're bad at the sex? Because the way the therapist said, you really have no idea why she pulled back after the... Really? Maybe it just wasn't good. Ball thunk. I mean, you really didn't know. Steak and egg farts. The therapist gonna ask, well, do you still want to be with her? And he said, I'll give it a shot. I admire her determination to stay the heck away from me. They just encourage beating the dead horse here. Okay, now we've got Jennifer Aniston, and the therapist says, I don't think you two know each other. She knows she's not attracted. And I think it's just like with Chris. I think it's the face. Because, I mean, he's good from the neck down. But that Popeye nose, it's not everybody's style. Okay, I'm confused. You want to know what he's been doing for the past 10 years? He's clearly been working. He bought a house. He's remodeled some stuff. And he said just dating. That's kind of how life works. Once you're stable in your career, that's how life works. And you date for a while. You put it on the back burner. You date a little more. And before you know it, 10 years has passed. He and I are the same age with the same story, but I ain't going on that show. The therapist tells Jennifer, now he's made changes and concessions for you, but what have you done for him lately? Bop, 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 bop. You don't want him. Bop, 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 bop. He changed his wardrobe for you. Bop, 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 bop. But you say, ooh. I know the irony of me singing a song. Mm, mm, mm. Ain't I something? This heifer crying, she said, this is a sense of failure to me. It's not failure, you just ain't attracted and you know it. Clap your hands. You can admit it. You've got to admit it in a nice way, unlike Chris, though. Don't be a butt about it. So at home with Brianna and Vincent, she tell him, I think we spend money differently. I worked really hard to make great money and enjoy it. He said, oh, well, I've done that before. And no, what you did was you ran up your credit when you was 20-something and you was living a life you couldn't afford. That's why you were afraid of a Mercedes. You was spending all your money on Dykeman at La Marina. You were blowing bags on bottles and booty and living it up in the DR for the gram on dimes you didn't have. Now, she has the coin. She has paid the cost to be the boss. She said, I don't want to cut corners on being courted, because that's in the entertainment budget. And this ain't budget bussy. He said, I'll give a little if you give a little. I ain't going to say we ain't going to do nothing, but does every dinner have to be $200? And she said, no, we can hike, we can bike, we can do some stuff for free. Not everything, though. I think y'all can meet in the middle. The middle of a Ponderosa. I like Ponderosa. If I see one, I'm going. So he brings up, look, I'm tired in the morning. And she said, okay, well, I'll be willing to go to bed early with you. But also, babe, you be on your phone all night, laughing at Instagram, and then you wonder why you can't get up in the morning. So Vincent's upset that she may not be able to have a child, but I think he's still mad about not being able to get up when he want to get up. So, child, we got Jake and Jennifer Aniston, and Jennifer seems to have resigned to the fact that this might be it for her. If she can't make it with him, maybe she just can't make it work. But you just don't like him. It's okay. There are other boring fish in the sea. Okay, so she's still trying to find out what's going on in the past 10 years. Nothing. He's just gone to work and come home and gone on a few dates. That's it. Maybe a trip here or there. He looks like he lives that same boring life every day and enjoys it. He seems like a homebody. All his friends started having kids. Exactly. How do you not know this? Like, what are you expecting his life to be? Just because you got to go to Thailand every 20 minutes don't mean everybody else do. She feels dismissed. He said, well, I felt like you didn't want me to be bothered with you. Because you're not attracted, Jennifer Aniston. And you're not a good actress either. He said if you wanted this, it would work, but you don't want it. I'm still gonna try. You still gonna sit on here and act like you like this man so you can find somebody else when you get off the show. This is a big dating ad for you. I know you, heifer. I know you. Well, that is the shit, and I do mean shit, but I'ma see you soon for something.